It is now confirmed that Pakistan Army's Ababeel MIRV missile test earlier this year had ended in failure. The confirmation comes as the missile's warhead fairing has been recovered in Balochistan, showing it exploded mid-air during the test. Images confirm that the Pakistani government has sent expired relief supplies to Sri Lanka that were originally received by Pakistan from other countries, risking the lives of Sri Lankans in the middle of a humanitarian crisis. New high-resolution satellite imagery with NDTV indicates that Pakistan has cleared out debris of the hangar at its Shakar Air Base and has constructed new building at the Nurkan Air Base. Chinese analysts have said that the PL-15E failed against India because Pakistani pilots launched it without proper radar or AWACS support, limiting its range to 120 kilometers, and that the Indian Air Force systems flooded the spectrum with false targets. India has deployed para-special forces, intelligence and rapid reaction units at the 3 new bases near the Bangladesh border. The Indian Army successfully carried out a combat launch of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from a Bay of Bengal test range, striking its target with pinpoint accuracy. India's abrupt cancellation of 2 long-range missile test NOTAMs has triggered speculation that India is employing deliberate deception tactics to counter China's persistent maritime surveillance. India has issued a NOTAM warning for a sea-launched missile test in the Bay of Bengal on the 11th of December. Indian Army, Air Force and Navy have placed fresh emergency orders for an unspecified number of Israeli Heron MK2 drones. Indian Navy Chief has confirmed that the Navy will receive the first set of 4 Rafale marine fighter jets in 2029. Retired Philippine Supreme Court Justice Antonio Carpio has urged the Philippines Armed Forces to acquire more BrahMos anti-ship missiles to strengthen coastal defense amid China's growing presence at Scarborough Shoal. Goa Shipyard Limited has handed over ICGS Amulia to the Indian Coast Guard, the 3rd vessel in a series of 8 fast patrol vessels. Saga Defence's Vamana autonomous underwater vehicle has passed all Indian Navy trials and is set for induction for anti-mine and underwater explosive detection. HAL Chief has said that the first prototype of the Indian Navy's utility helicopter Maritime is complete and will begin flight trials later this year. After developmental and user testing, deliveries are expected within 2 years. Israel's Heron MK2 and General Atomics MQ-9B are currently the top foreign contenders for India's tri-service project to acquire 87 MALE UAVs. General Atomics plans to base its offer on the MQ-9B platform. However, since each unit costs around $100 million, this price is almost double the 87 drone order budget. The Indian Air Force has officially acknowledged a critical 10-year gap before India achieves operational 5th-generation fighter capability. In the interim, the Indian Air Force is examining options to bridge this gap until the AMCA enters service, which is expected in 10 years. To maintain air power parity, the Indian Air Force is considering acquiring 3 squadrons of foreign 5th-generation fighter jets, including Russian Su-57 or the American F-35. The Indian Navy aims to finalize and sign the long-delayed Project 75I contract for 6 diesel-electric submarines before the end of this financial year, with the first payment to be made to Germany within this financial year itself. That will speed up the contract and avoid delays. The Navy pushed for a major price reduction, and the final price is now expected to settle around 90,000 crore rupees, which is almost double the 2019 estimate. The first submarine must be delivered 7 years after contract signing, with indigenous content starting at 45% and later increasing to 60%. Today's top 3 comments.